Hey everyone, welcome back to video number 3 in our HTML lessons. This video is all about formatting text. No doubt in your past you've wanted to emphasize some of the text in a document you've created, and by now you probably know that you can already do those types of things by using certain formatting tools like bold, or maybe you're familiar with italicize, or maybe you think it would be important for you to know how to underline things. Well, we can do the same types of formatting in a web page, but you just have to know the appropriate code. So why don't we go ahead and hop into our HTML tester, and I'm going to show you a couple things. In fact, I've already got some code already set up, ready to go. You can see our code over here on the left-hand side and what it does over here on the right-hand side. I'm not going to go into too much detail for each of these. Most of them are pretty easy to figure out. Just know that you can try any of these that you want and get the same reactions as over here. But I do want to point out a couple of them. The very first one up top is just normal text. That's what it would normally look like. I've separated that by a paragraph, and the next code that I put in inside this tag is the strong tag. Now, strong is similar to bold. We don't use bold when coding websites. We could put a B in, but to be quite honest with you, it's better just to use the strong tag because it actually will emphasize words and say that they're really important. If you bold things, they don't always look right on a mobile device, or they don't always look right or sound right to people who are actually listening to the web who might be visually impaired. So we're going to use the strong tag to go ahead and get the bold action happen on our text. If we want to emphasize text, and I know most of us are used to saying italicize, well, we're going to be using the EM tag, EM, for emphasize. So this text is emphasized, that one right there. It looks just like as if it was italicized. Pretty much the same difference. The only difference is that when they're displayed on certain browsers, like mobile browsers or audio browsers, again for people who are visual impaired, it's always better to use the strong and emphasis tag. Now, there are a couple other fun ones in here. For example, I love this one, small. So what small does is it actually makes the font a little smaller than the font around it. Okay? I'm not sure when you would use that unless you thought it was really cute. But my favorite is this marked one. It actually highlights it. So if you really want something to jump off the page, use mark and close mark, and it'll actually highlight it in yellow. Is it possible to change the color? Maybe. I'm sure there's a code out there that has an attribute with a different color in it. Maybe you can find it for me if you're really interested. Another one I like is the delete code, or the delete tag, DEL. Okay, and then close your DEL. Actually, we'll put a strike through right through those letters. So it's a great way to kind of show a decision change or such. Then there's the INS, or the inserted tag. And this one looks pretty simple. It's your underline. Could you put U instead? You could, but again, it doesn't always work on all browsers. So it's always safer to use INS for inserted versus using the underline. There's also Superscript for those of you who need to do some mathematical computations, as well as Subscript. Again, those you would use in maybe math or scientific notation or calculations with formulas. So just so you know, sub is subscripted, which means it goes below, and sup, S-U-P, is superscripted, which means it goes above, and it's smaller in both cases. So keep those in your back pocket. Now, I want you to actually try these out. You could just type them just like I've done right here. But in addition to that, I would like you to practice a little bit. There's a certain sentence I want you to practice using some of these tags on. I'm actually going to show you what the resulting text is going to look like, and I'm going to give you the text that's not marked up or coded, and you're going to have to figure out on your own what were the tags that I used in order to make it happen. So here's how this is going to happen. First off, you're going to need some text, and the text is actually here on your worksheet. If you go down, you'll see there's a special sentence to paste. start with the Mr. Rentoul and end with the your first name, last name. It's a little message. We're just going to copy that. Copy. We're going to go back to our editor, and we're going to paste it in. Boop, just like that. Now, it's not formatted yet. That's your job. I'm going to show you what I want it to look like. See over here? It's formatted with 1, 2, 3, 4 different options from up here. So you're going to have to look at what these are, figure out what those are, look back at your coding, and then go ahead and make that code happen down here. Oh, wait, what's happening down here? Oh, yes. So sorry, Mr. Connors has made it all fuzzy so you can't read it. Ha, 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 ha. You're going to have to figure it out, right? That's the challenge. Take a look at what's going on up here, match it with what's happening over here, go back, figure out what the tag is, and then make it happen down below. I can't wait to see what you come up with. And finally, don't forget to actually get this out and replace that with your name. That way I know exactly who this belonged to. Don't send this email to him. It's just for you and me. It's for fun. All right, well, I hope you like this one. Good luck with it. It is a little long, but I think it's really important for you to get some practice in with these. All right, I'll see you in the very next video. Aloha.